The following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Hello, thank you guys for tuning into Heavenly Sent People You Should Know. I have two amazing individuals on here. I had to put my shirt on today to represent what I got going on. I have two amazing individuals on here today. They were on back then, and Dai Dai, I believe you were at a different school at the time. So again, I appreciate y'all for taking time out of y'all busy day to come on and talk to me and to pre-record because I am going to the rodeo. The rodeo for me is like the championship in basketball. I get horses and all the bulls and all these people making all this money to ride a horse and so on and so forth. Nevertheless, Dai Dai, you are a buzz in the basketball community. And so all these Instagram posts and YouTube and all this stuff. And it's funny because when you transfer to the portal, my son was calling me like, Mom, you see Instagram? I was like, son, unfortunately not. I can't keep up with Instagram, your life, my life, and all this other stuff. And he was like, Dad, you on the portal. I asked him what happened. And I'm like, so he sent it to me. And I inboxed your father, was like, what's going on? And so he told me. And so with that being said, first I want to ask you, what was your transition like from Kenwood High School to college as far as academics and sports? My son wanted me to ask you
that. The academics was really the same. I just had to get used to I was really the same for real.
Really?
It was the same. Then the sports, it was way more harder. In practice sometimes in high school, some days you really don't be locked in for real because it's high school. Everybody play around stuff. But in college, every day you got to take it serious because you're trying to perform every day. And so the coach is what you can do. So
I'm happy you said that because a lot of times these kids think that the only training that they need is when they go to when they're there with their coach. And that's so not the case. I even tell my kid that if you want it, you have to put in work outside of the court. I mean, outside of school. Now we just in school. Let's go to the gym. I got a membership, but a lot of these kids, they got bad attitudes, and the coach can't tell them nothing, and they wonder why you got the Michael Jordan still out here in the neighborhood dominating open gym, right? I see it all the time. So tell us about your experience first of all, I always forget. My mind ain't as sharp as it used to be. What was the school that you got transferred to?
Virginia.
Virginia. Can you tell us your experience while there at Virginia in regards to your teammates, just the whole athletic program?
The school is real big and nice. It's a big campus. They got a lot of in-person classes. At my old school, I ain't really go in person. I had all online, so that's gonna be a change for me going to in-person classes and stuff. But the facility was big. The weight room was way bigger, and the coaches, they seemed pretty cool. They was honest with me, and they was recruiting me, calling me the most. So really, the school that called me the most for real, the ones that I really keep on my number one list.
And so, just for the people out there, because I was reading some comments, and for some reason, a lot of times people think that it's the parents that force the kids to go to these different schools. And so, can you tell us your input on that? Was that your choice?
Yeah, good stuff.
Wait, say that again.
I said often parents. I'm sorry. So I was reading all of these comments on Instagram, social media, and so on and so forth. And so it seems as if a lot of people were thinking that was the reason he transferred was because of his parents, and they was like, oh, he was doing great in school. Why he transferred. And so I wanted to let you guys clear the air in regards to, was it your idea to transfer, or was it your parents? Did your parents force you to transfer?
Yeah, it was my idea. me and the coach had a meeting and didn't really go how I wanted it to, so I had to enter the portal.
Can I say something?
Please, Pops, please.
Okay, look, I since they've been playing basketball, I have never told him what team to get on. I've suggested, and I've said, son, you want to play for them, and then we go watch them. He'll either say yeah or no. When it came to high school, he played at Kenwood. I didn't want him to play at Kenwood. I wanted him to go somewhere else. But He loved the school. He loved the principal, Miss Calloway. So he stayed. I didn't snatch him out of that. So when he chose Kansas State, I didn't say, hey, man, you got to get up out of there. No, we discuss stuff as a family. You know what I'm saying? No one tells Dai Dai what to do with his basketball thing. We guide him, we suggest things and all that. Matter of fact, if everybody else would do that, it might be better for these kids. But we guide him, we suggest things, we sit down and talk with him, and then he makes the decision as to what he want to do. The same thing that happened with him transferring to Virginia. Didn't nobody say, hey, man, you got to go to Virginia. It was just like, hey, man, we give him the ups, the downs, what we found out. And when I say my family, that's me, my wife, his brothers, his sister. We all have our input on giving him information as to how we feel about certain things and stuff. And he asks us what we feel about certain things, and we tell him, because he got different questions for everybody in the family. So we all just give our little input. And then he makes the decision. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with me telling him what to do, him going trying to get some money from another school and all that. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. He just wasn't happy with how the situation had become at Kansas State. That was it. And he decided to leave. That's it.
I'm glad you shared that, because you just mentioned earlier, if all parents would take on that role, we'll probably have more profitable young athletes out here, because, like you said, at the end of the day, he got to be comfortable. When he at school, he there by himself. So if it ain't a good fit for him, regardless to what anybody's saying, think, it ain't gonna work out. I mean, it's just not. That's forcing somebody to be in a situation where they don't want to be in, which can be detrimental to the individual, because now it's like you fighting opposing forces when you don't have to. So thank you for sharing that. So I'm sorry, so tell me the school again that he transferred to.
Virginia
to
no, K-State to Virginia.
Kansas State to Virginia.
Okay, Kansas to Virginia. Dai Dai, can you give us a memorable moment for you at Kansas
State now, though.
Kansas State.
Right.
State. Let's put state. Kansas State.
I don't know. It was a lot. I wasn't really that much for real.
It wasn't. So, let me ask you this: what was your favorite? Which game did you enjoy the most?
Probably the game against Texas, the Big 12 tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that? No offense.
Shoot, I was killing. Second half.
You did get out in that second half, son.
Did you guys win that game?
Yep.
Okay, that's good. So, what advice, Dai Dai, would you give to any athlete that's uncomfortable with their situation?
Talk to the coach. You really got to sit down and talk to the coach for real, because that's going to show you like how they really feel and what they really want from you. And if it's not what you like, so go to another school.
So with the transfer portal, that's something new, right or wrong?
Yeah.
A few years old.
Okay. So with the transfer portal, you can transfer at any moment without being red shirted. Because back during my time, it was back in the 90s. It was called red shirt. So you would have to transfer. You have to sit out for a year.
Sit out a year.
So that's not the case anymore, right? Well, obviously not, right?
That's what the judge said. The judge said the players don't have to sit out, and I just feel like now it's helping. Well, it's helping the kids that's already at schools. It's not really helping the college kids. I mean, the high school kids, but it's helping the college kids because to me, coaches got to cut down on lying now. You just can't say anything to these kids no more because once they get into the situation, now you got to stick up to what you said you was going to do with these kids. You know what I'm saying? And I really think that until they regulate money the way it's coming in, you just going to have a lot of kids leaving schools because you make more money when you transfer.
Really?
Yeah. When you transfer, it's schools that'll give you more money to come to their program.
Makes sense.
And then the kids that's already there, they get what's left over. And that's why, we never made nothing about money. So it's not that big of a deal with us. I mean, as long as they get the opportunity and the coaches are fair.
Say that again.
When as long as they get the opportunity and the coaches are fair, then that's all we can ask for. And what I mean by that, if they playing like a bum, sit them down. You know what I'm saying? But if he doing his job and playing well and doing well at him, now you want to put somebody in that you like or that you want to see succeed instead of putting the best guy, because all the coaches say the best player is going to play. But what I've seen, well, in Dai Dai's case, a lot of times that's not what it was. And I ain't trying to dog no program, but it just wasn't. Like everybody saw Dai Dai starting at Kansas State the last half of the season or whatever. But, like I always tell people, was he really starting? Yeah, he was in the starting lineup, but was he playing starter minutes? You know what I'm saying? It's a difference to me between that and that, but it really don't matter now because he made a decision to, and I'm not.
With that being said, so you just brought something to light. So it makes sense because I was saying to myself, okay, so if a kid is in a program and they're not able, and then they transfer and then they're red shirt, that would be good because, of course, you want to go to the best team. However, the flip side of that is like you just said, which brought light to my brain. If the coach say, hey, bring your kid over here, I'm going to give him this, I'm going to give him this, I'm going to give him this, and now you lock in. And now it's a different story. So I understand now why the portal or whoever put that in place, that's great because, like you said, the coaches, they'll say anything to get you where they want you at. And then, the story changed because they feel like you locked in. So that's good. That I understand.
But even if you leave, I mean, you get a lot of money. So you probably just accept whatever, comes with it.
So let me ask you. So Dai Dai, if you could have done anything different in regards to you taking on the offer at Kansas State, what do you think you would have looked for or paid more attention to prior to you saying yes?
I would have went on another visit.
Okay. Yeah. And so you went on one. And so on that one visit, what did you experience on that one visit that makes you think that if you'd have went a second time, it would have been different?
Because really, when I went on that visit, they was just saying stuff, and we kind of believed what they were saying without seeing what other schools had to offer.
Okay.
Yeah, going to K-State, we knew that they really wasn't a good team. Like, they never really won for real. So, we was trying to go somewhere where I could just shine, do me, but Tang, he a good recruiter, so he recruited some players, and that's cool. That's cool. We need a team to win. But at the same time, he ain't do what he said he was going to do.
So it sounds like you guys are saying after you sat down and had a meeting with him, things change. And because things change, you was promised something and you didn't, after talking to him, it wasn't what you signed up for. And so it was in your best interest to find something that better suits what you're trying to get to. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, pretty much, but you know, if I believe if Tang would have handled it differently, like I think where I messed up at, you know, in giving him the advice to go and accept that what Kansas State was, I should have just said, okay, why don't we look at a more experienced head coach? Because you know, Tang had only been head coaching for 1 year when he came. You know, so really, I think him going to a more experienced coach, especially, you know, Tang was tossed into this thing and then the NIL, you know, you got head coaches that's been head coaches for 10, 15, 20 years that's having a problem with the NIL. You know, and now he's a new head coach. So I'm not really faulting him too much.
Yeah, he's for sure a good coach.
Right.
He's
He's a good coach. We love Tang to death, you
Put
know.
the word out there. Both of them, Dai Dai and his father, said that nothing against Tang. He's a good coach. It just wasn't a fit for Dai Dai at that time.
Right. So I mean, it all came to work out and stuff. You know, they sent him a letter. You know, I wrote some things to him. We just really appreciate the opportunity that he gave Dai Dai. Everything was decent, you know, but the plans that they had for Dai Dai this year just wasn't. You know, it just wasn't what we thought it would be, and not even worrying about competition. You know, Dai Dai is a small guard, so he didn't have to compete with people his whole basketball thing, so he don't worry about that. You know, and if anybody who knows Dai Dai love competition. You know, he ready to play. Whoever want to get it can get it. That's what he look at it like, you know. So he's scared to compete and all that. Come on, man. Y'all just don't know this kid. This kid is about it. Shoot, that's because his daddy about it.
He gave you a smirk on that one. I like to hear the fact that you took that you're taking responsibility for your actions in regards to that, because you don't hear that. Everything is like the coach this, the coach that. So the fact that you guys left on good terms, you had a conversation with the coach, you guys wrote him a letter, and even still, you guys aren't taking anything from him in regards to how things went. And so that's always a blessing. And so with that being said, Darren, you need to be a scout. You need to be an agent, because parents don't have the insight that. So you're saying a lot of things that I wouldn't even have thought of, you know, in regards to that, because of course, and even they said that the school, they wasn't really on the map, and so they was trying to build. And you made mention to you just said that the coaches had only been there for 1 year, so that's a lot to consider when going to a school. So right. You guys gave him a chance, and then they said he wished he had went a second time so he can really see, and also solicit other schools to see what everybody's talking about. And so it was all new for y'all. And so like a lot of kids go to schools and they don't have the support from their parents. And so and that's why I always tell my son, speak up and speak out. If there's something that you don't like or something that you want to question in regards to the adult, it's okay to approach them in a respectful manner, you know. And so I'm happy to hear that you guys instilled that in him, and he did that. But and so it's a lot of kids out here that ain't got a clue, that's just stuck, you know what I'm saying, don't have anybody advocating for them. The coaches treating them like whatever. And so kudos to y'all. And so at the end of the day, you know, is Dai Dai life at stake. So he has to do what's best for him, because he ain't getting no younger.
Right. and we only got 4 years at this.
Right. And so that makes sense.
And let's remember that I'm not that father that goes around trying, even though this kid always think I'm a disrespect, but I don't go around trying to disrespect coaches and talk crazy to coaches. Coach Bennett, the coach at Virginia, he said he loves the way I am. You know, I'm always respectful. I just want to know what's going on with Dai Dai.
Ain't nobody say you disrespectful.
Hey man, you did say that one time.
I said that.
Nobody said that. I said you, didn't I?
I'm saying that. I'm the only one that said.
That's what I said. You said. I said you said don't be disrespectful. Did I say that?
I'm saying you ain't. Nobody said that. I only said that.
That's what I said. You said.
Nah, you said they think. Nobody think that.
How you know what people think? You don't even read comments, and he really don't.
No need to.
Right? He tell us not to read the comments. Why y'all getting involved with that? All that, So
It's funny.
we try to keep it quiet when it comes to stuff like that. We don't say nothing. Well, my wife will answer it sometimes, and like I told him, every now and then we'll be reading some stuff and it'll get to us, so we just gotta answer. We gotta say something back to somebody, but he tried to say, "Don't even look at it," But we gotta look sometimes.
Absolutely, he'll appreciate it later.
He will.
Yeah,
because you know what, Miss Cynthia, I told him, I said, you will never understand what it's like to protect a kid until you have one. Then you will.
And I understand because I'm raising a boy child, and a lot of stuff he just think, Mom, why you be saying that? Why you be doing it? And I look at him and say, every opportunity you've gotten is because of who? So shut up and let me show and let me make sure, let me protect you from all hurt, harm, and danger that you don't even see.
Yeah, shut up.
It's rough out there. It's vultures out there. It really is. I sit and talk to a lot of people, and I promise you, Dai Dai, it ain't a lot of parents and their kids live. These kids out here trying to find their way, and would do whatever. Case in point, not to throw any shade at anybody. Look at these big icons, music industry people, right? And so you look at that and you see all of these young people that came up under them, and again with no parents, and so they always try to find the weaker kids, right, with no parents around, and then they had them doing any and everything. Y'all see what's happening, with these artists that's coming up that we see them as, oh, he got this, and now stuff coming out about, I had to do this, or they made me do this, and now they on TV crying because wasn't nobody there. At the time, they just wanted to shine. Okay, he said he'll sign me. He said he'll give me this money. He gave me this car, but we will never know what they had to do to get where they are. So now it's coming out. Now it's coming out, and they dealing with these dark demons and drinking and smoking because of the stuff they had to do to get to where they had to get. It's rough out there. Justin Bieber, Usher, and a lot of those little rappers, they big, but look at what they have to do. So who wants to get celebrity status, giving your body your man? Right, exactly. So now you'll figure that you'll get it later and be appreciating your parents. Not that you don't, but I'm just saying it because I'm a parent, and I see what a lot of these people do to these kids who don't. So I thank God for your parents. So the transfer portal, how is that set up? So is it like an application process? The parent got to figure out, got to register you in, or is it something you could do your own Dai, or you talk to your coaches? Like how is that? How does that work? How does that look?
I had to go to this office called compliance and just sign some stuff. Then when I enter my name in there, all the coaches just call my agent and stuff.
Oh, so you do have an agent. Okay, so you did it on your own. So the transfer portal setup is that it's a process that you do at your school. You go to it, you fill out some papers saying, okay, I want to be in, this is over with, and then they get in touch with your agent. Okay. Because this
they don't have to, if they can call you.
Okay.
If that's the way you want it. We just chose, to have the agent call, on his advice, so it wouldn't be such a bearing on him or me, so we let him handle pretty much the way it went, which was okay with us, because he looked over everything. He knows basketball, so pretty much he brought us the best thing that was going for Dai Dai to be happy at, and that's pretty much how it went.
Because that's new. I've never heard of it. So I was curious to how that works. So let me ask you this: do the agent get paid? Do the agent get paid for that service?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who pays the agent? The school or really?
Yeah, that's his agent.
No, I did. I'm telling. I. This is all French to me.
He get 5% of whatever deal he does that he creates. So like he just did a McDonald's thing and he got 5% of that, and
Oh, cool.
every NIL deal that he's gonna do, he get 5%, which is really, I mean, it comes out to be a lot when you think about certain monies, but at the same token, like he said to me one time, Dad, we really don't need agent. The school's gonna call us anyway. I said, yeah, they gonna call, but then what? Because one thing I know, I don't know about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather have somebody, give you an example, a coach was on the phone with me talking all this blah, blah, blah. And I didn't know what the heck he was talking about. I said, hold on. I called my agent, the agent Jack, and he got on the phone and everything that coach was saying, whoop, went out the window.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It just, now he got somebody on the phone that knows what he's talking about. So now it just seemed like he was really trying to take advantage of me. And now Jack's on the phone. He can't.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So I tell Jack all the time, man, I'm glad you on our team, man, because shoot, we'll be lost, basically.
So it's safe to say an agent is like a lawyer.
Pretty much.
On the spectrum. Okay.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to answer some of these things and have the know-how to do it. Because like I told Dai Dai, yeah, they'll call because they want you. Correct. But then what?
Are they talking? Are they making sense? Yep, that makes sense.
Because he looking for me to say something, and if I know that I can't get down with these sharks, let me go get a shark to get down with them. And that's the best thing to do to me.
So, Dai Dai, you are under NIL deal?
You said, huh?
I said you are under NIL deal?
Yeah.
So that's why you got the new chain then, right?
You should see the watch.
Oh, I'm joking because, my son's like, Mom, you see Dai Dai chain? I'm like, son, please leave me alone. Please. Please leave me alone. But I appreciate your humbleness, and I've been watching you since my son introduced me to you. And as long as you keep your parents right there with you, and you keep God first, and with your humble spirit, the sky is the limit for you. It really is, because your personality says that you're grounded by a loving family. And so again, not a lot of kids come from such, and that's why they act the way they do in this crazy world. Let me see. So my next question is, how do you go about finding an agent? Is it like how does that work?
He found us.
Oh, okay. That makes
in actuality, what it was, when Dai Dai was a senior, it was a lot of agents calling. A lot of agents came over our house and sat down and talked with us, But for some odd reason, me myself, I kind of, when it came to picking Jack, he was just new. He had been doing it for about 9-10 months or so.
Oh wow!
And he had some clients from Chicago, because he's from the Chicagoland area. So he had some clients from Chicago. He had some clients already in college and stuff. So, when we talked to him, it was like he gonna do for us, the best he can do and stuff like that. So, I mean, we went with him, and plus he said it was only gonna be like a year by year thing. Okay. So if we didn't like what he did in that year, we can get somebody else, which was okay, cool. But like I say, I'm glad we got Jack because he looks out.
Kudos to Jack.
Yeah, and even now he got Dai Dai training this summer and stuff like that, getting them ready for the season and stuff. He just do a lot, and I don't think he really got to do all that, but he does. So I appreciate
Well,
it.
that's a good thing. You know, a lot of times when we shopping for whatever it is, we want what's the best fit. So the fact that Jack is, going above and beyond, speaks volumes. And I'm sure Jack want to be around. So you gotta please the customer, right? You gotta
Right.
make sure
No
that
doubt.
the customers are pleased. So that's So they have you. So what's the difference between you? What's the difference between when you went to Kansas State and Virginia in regards to the visit, or even a conversation?
The facility was way bigger,
Okay.
and it looked like Virginia looked like a real school.
Okay.
All right.
I was serious. I wasn't really like on campus at K State for real.
Well, they did take us around the campus on the visit, and it's a nice size campus, but I think he just
explain that to her.
what?
No, tell Mama Ames to come in. Tell her.
You explain. You was done.
Come on in.
How you doing?
I'm good. There you go.
Okay. What I want to say.
We know that I always say parents, you know what I'm saying? And so I love the fact that y'all are so locked in with y'all's son because it ain't like that. I'm a boy mom. That's what you call it. Yeah. I'm a boy mom. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So yeah, we want to hear you too.
Thank you. It was a difference with the campuses. They did like 95% of his classes online. But going to Virginia State, he literally Virginia. Excuse me, University of Virginia. He literally has to get up on time, walk to his classes, be there on time. And I'm like, this might be a culture shock for him because he's not used to getting up and doing all that. They literally have the tutors come to their class, their rooms, or they go to another building with a tutor. They're not actually in the classroom. So it's a huge difference. But he said he's ready for it. So, and then he was like, it's actually people. I see people around. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's different.
Because at Kansas State, it was just pretty much their rooms, their apartment was like right next to the arena and where they practice it and all that. So he walked out his room and walked right into the thing and everything online. They really didn't see a lot of.
That's like COVID era.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh wow.
But the kids was at school. They just wasn't over there.
Got you.
Because where they stayed at, it was all athletes where they stayed.
And very country life.
Yeah. But in Virginia, it's more like they play hip hop at their games. We didn't get hip hop at the Kansas State game.
So a lot of times change is good. Change ain't always bad, and people don't understand that. Change is good, regardless of what kind of changes. Thank you, Mama Ames. We appreciate you.
Oh, you ain't see that.
You're welcome.
Hey man.
What?
So, Dai Dai, how do you feel about that? Wow, that's gonna be different because your mother said you got to get up early, and so we don't like to get up early and on time.
You see that? You saw that right here, didn't you?
I like to get up early.
It's Sunday. Sunday is the day that you're supposed to get some rest. So I appreciate it. I only got up early because I had to take this kid of mine and go get some shoes. Other than that, I'd have still been in the bed. It's Sunday. It's raining. So that's good. But I'm happy to hear that really that now you'll get to experience the college campus in its entirety because over at Kansas State seemed like you was confined to a space, and so now you'll have more freedom and more you'll have more stuff to adapt to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What's your major, Dai Dai? What's your major?
You said, what's my major?
Yeah, what you're studying in? Yeah.
I'm undecided right now.
Okay. So being undecided, what kind of classes are you taking?
I took like a geography class. I had this math class. This other class called Underground Rock.
Underground rock.
Yeah,
What is that?
What's that?
music class.
Oh, okay.
You was
They
making
call it
beats.
underground rock. That's different. Never heard of that. When you
You
say
know,
rock, I think of, like,
What was you doing there?
I had to take his requirement.
oh,
Music.
yeah, what was you doing in there?
Huh?
What were you doing in that class? Underground rock.
Really just listening to rock music and watching videos.
He gonna laugh at you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So that sounds like they trying to throw a different type of culture on you because we don't listen to rock. Not a lot of us. That's different.
You know how they do us, Miss Cynthia. We ain't got to go there.
Right.
We know how they.
Cut that out.
All right, I'm gonna cut that
So
out.
let me ask you. So so I'm sure you've watched some videos of Virginia University. Make sure I say that right. You watched some of their videos, right? So what is it that they're do? So what is the play difference in regards to Virginia State and Kansas State? What do you see different?
You don't know.
You do.
Like they guards come off a lot of pin downs and stuff. Like at K State, you coming off a lot of screens and stuff, and then you just like moving around. But as a guard spot, you constantly coming off pin downs, coming off the screen. If you don't got none, passing it, then coming off another pin down. So it's a kind of different type of play style.
That's important. And so, are they promising you a starting spot?
Huh?
Are they promising you a starting spot?
Nah.
They don't promise nothing.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. Okay.
No, but like anybody that'll promise something to me, like when we was down there, Coach Bennett was talking to us, and he said, "I'm gonna be straight with you, Day Day and Mr. Ames. I'm not gonna promise that he's gonna start and this that. You know, he went through his spiel, and I told him, I said, I'm glad you said that. Because if you would have promised him a starting lineup, I probably would have sat here and called you a liar right now. Because that's really what you're doing. You lying to get him there. But he didn't promise. And see, the same thing went to Kansas State. You know, they never promised Day nothing. And I'm good with that because I know Day got to compete. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never ran from no smoke. So that's just what it is. I understand that. So if you lie and tell me, oh, we're going to give you 30, 40, 35 minutes, and how you going to promise him that? He might be playing like trash. Like if he's not playing well, you're going to sit him down. So don't make that promise.
I'm glad you said that.
Even though I'm expecting Day to have a great year this year and a great year next year. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it. But I'm looking at progression also. You know, him getting better. I mean, if he starts somewhere, you know, and you get the confidence in him, then it should be his job to lose. Like next year, I want them to tell me, because I'm going to make that phone call. I always do. You know, but I want them to tell me, yeah, Day's our guy. It's his job to lose. That's it. And we good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so happy you said that because a lot of these kids, I've even heard it with some of my son team members in regards to the high schools that they pick. And so I would listen to these kids. I would sit back and they were telling Stan that these coaches promised them a starting spot. The coach said this, and I'm looking at the kid. I know the kid trash, but you know, I'm smiling. And so down they at these schools and they not even playing. They not even playing. And so I was telling my son, I said, remember, I said, don't ever get so big headed to where you think that a school gonna make you play, like you just said, regardless to how good you think you're. At the end of the day, it's up to that coach and how you fit in with that team. You may be good over here, but when you go somewhere else, anything that's given has to be earned. Remember that. Right. Don't nobody owe you nothing. And like you said, nothing is promised. So when you get to saying, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this, because things change. What if they get 4 more people in there that play like Day? Now what? You know what I'm saying? So now in your head, you're thinking, oh, I know I'm gonna start, and then you get over there, and now it's over with. Now you're sitting there looking crazy because of what this coach then told you, and now you're trying to figure out your next step. So I'm so happy y'all said that because that it don't work like that. It don't. Michael Jordan was cut several times, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and so these kids got to understand that, don't ever think that somebody owe you something. And listen to these coaches, like y'all know now, they'll tell you anything to get you in. And once you win, anything could change. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you said, the portal was huge. Ain't nothing for them to go to the portal and get somebody that
Right.
they know are more profitable and that can play better than getting this freshman that's coming straight
Well,
out. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
that's where it comes in to play. Where I said I just want it to be fair. Whether that's Day starting or not starting. If somebody is playing better than Day, fair enough. He should get the time. But if Day is playing the best basketball, that's fair. Let him play. And I just didn't feel like it was going to be that way at Kansas State this year.
So that was it bittersweet for you in regards to you? Because of course you went to that school and you've developed relationships, friendships with some of the players. Was it kind of like, oh man, or you was like, okay, it don't work out. Let me find out what worked for me.
The players,
Everybody left.
yeah, the players, they all left.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was only like two players.
Two players left.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because now that I see when my son showed you in the portal, and so now I'm in all these different basketball groups on social media, and I'm seeing these players like portal. I'm like, whoa, what's really going on? What are you talking about?
Some people not even using the portal the right way, really. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't get playing time and then they hit the portal.
Okay.
And really, what really makes you think you're gonna go to a better school? I mean, if you a freshman and you don't play and you come into the portal, those schools that were still recruiting you as a senior, they probably still remember you, so you in a good position.
Okay.
But if you like a sophomore coming into a junior or a junior coming to a senior and you haven't played in a couple of years, it's kind of tough for you to get up in that portal and think somebody coming to get you. Sometimes you just gotta grind it out. Like me personally, I hope this the last time that they got to go in that portal. I want everything to go so smooth that it's good. Because I really believe that Coach Bennett, he does send people to kids to the pros. So like he said, he out of the schools that's in the pros, he got the 6 most players in the pros in the NBA right now.
Really?
Out of all the schools, he got the 6 most. So he got kids up there. So all we want to do is give Day Day the opportunity to get there. Because I'm never gonna say, "Oh, Day Day going pro." People tell me that stuff, but I'll be like, "Oh, thanks, I appreciate it." But I know how hard it is to make it to the pros. As long as this boy become a good man,
I like that.
you know what I'm saying, and still get his education and able to support himself and a family if he decides to have one, that's all good with me. Because I don't know when it stopped being winning for you to graduate from college. I thought that was always winning. Shoot.
I like that. That you said a whole lot. You said a whole lot. So, Daddy, my question to you is, how do you think you've grown from Kenwood to Kansas State, and to now you about to enter Virginia?
Like as a basketball player?
Yes, sir.
At Kenwood, I was more of a scorer. Like that's all I thought about was just scoring. But going to K-State, I became more of a point guard. And I think that helped my game more too, because I could play both. Now I could be a scorer if I want to, and I could be a point guard if I want to. So I think K-State helped me a lot. They taught me a lot on a point guard position and helped my teammates be better and be more of a leader. So that's why I think I've grown it.
I like that. So I remember, listen, my son is one of your biggest fans. Please believe me. I remember you seriously, and so my son real laid back, not a kid of many words, and so when he brings something to my attention, I lock in on it because I know not a lot of stuff get his attention because we do so much, right? And so I remember when you had the altercation with the young man. Can you explain that to us? When I guess y'all had a tussle on the court.
Yes.
He just
How did it start? Tell us how it started.
So we was talking stuff to each other.
Okay.
That's nothing new. That's how it was. But he kept like pushing and stuff, you know. And I'm from Chicago. The more you push me, you know. So
he was playing dirty.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
it.
The whole game, like he kept shoving, pushing. So I pushed him back, and I guess it hurt it a little bit. So you know, then he reacted back like a female.
That he did.
That's what happened. But you can't react like that if you gonna push somebody and hit, you gotta be able to take what comes back.
Absolutely. That goes without saying. So so with all this hype that has been circled around you from Kenwood until Kansas State, and even now, how do you handle stress and pressure as far as or just in general? Because
really
like your father said earlier, when you're in the spotlight, everybody got something to say, everybody got opinion, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. So how do you handle all that?
I really don't think about it. And when somebody say something to me, you go one head to the other. But if it's like some good, like I'm really listening, some good advice, then yeah, I'll listen. Like I keep it in my head. But if it's just like some like hating stuff, anything, it go one ear out of the other. I don't really pay attention to it for real.
And that's true. That because like I say, he'll say something to me and her about like I said earlier about the social media stuff. Why y'all even reading that stuff? You know, because he don't even.
I'm going out.
He don't. Yeah, she went off one time, but he don't even pay attention to the stuff. You know, and like even when he had bad games, he'll tell me, "Dad, I done had bad games before." Because I be having like, dang, you know, and heck, he'll calm me down.
I love it. See,
You know?
exactly. That's that humbleness spirit that he got, upon him. Like, okay, it is what it is, and guess what? As Gorilla say, at the end of the day gonna end, right?
Right.
Seriously, at the end of the day gonna end. So, Daddy, my next question to you is: what advice would you give to younger athletes that is looking to play on a college level? Because we know that y'all ain't gonna make it and so on and so forth. Because just listen to your story. You got coaches, you got agents, you got everybody in your ear, everybody telling you what you should and you shouldn't do, and it's things that you deal with and everything in between. So, what advice would you give them?
Don't stop working. Keep God first. Because wherever you end up, if you got God by your side, I think you're gonna win regardless. So
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
really
that.
You have a good support system, somebody you can talk to. Yeah.
What's your biggest inspiration in basketball and why? Like, what inspires you to what gets you going, or what keeps you at the level you are mentally? What is it and why?
I mean, I've been doing this my whole life, so this is all I know for real.
Okay.
So I ain't really done nothing else.
So your love for the game keeps you just going.
That wasn't the question, though, was it?
He answered it. He answered it how you answered it. I'll take that.
You want me to say something else?
I don't know. Yeah, who inspired you, who motivated you, and stuff like that.
Which one? You say you?
You want to say me?
My dad voted. My pops is my motivation.
That's. I love it. I love the relationship y'all got. I love it. He said, "You want me to say you?"
His back gonna get dirty when we offer this.
That means you're gonna lay him out. In other words, right?
That's right.
That's what it sounds like to me. That's hilarious. I think I asked you last time who's your favorite player.
Yeah.
Was it? Did you say Steph Curry?
No,
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Kyrie Irving. And why you say Kyrie Irving?
Cause my game similar. It's him and Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jalen, I don't think I know who the other guy is.
Who, Jalen Brunson?
He from out
Jalen
He from
Brunson.
Chicago.
Is he? See, I promise you,
He played for the Knicks.
Jalen Brunson. Okay.
He more of a his game not like Kyrie. He more of a power type. He'll bump you, get to the cup type. You know, Kyrie is like a more of a make you look bad, and
Okay.
you know, Brunson is a power type, which he getting bigger, so you know he can bully a little bit sometimes. You know, because he definitely done put on a lot of weight. That's another thing kids got to really do.
It's put on weight.
Just get bigger, get strong. It's something about that, because when you get to college,
It's a different type of.
right, they gonna make you do it. You
Okay.
can think
I'm
you
glad
can think you're not gonna do it. This ain't back in the 80s and stuff, in the 90s. They gonna make you do it.
So with that being said, Dai Dai, what's the most challenging part about being a student athlete? Now that you're in college, what's the most challenging part about being an athlete?
The student part.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. I knew it. Wow. How do you hope to inspire the younger generation that's coming behind you, that look up to you? You know, you go to these games and you know the guy, you know, the people are saying this and that and they rooting for you, and you know, how do you want to continue to inspire them?
I just want to show people that like they could do it too. Like if you come from the same background I came from, it ain't hard to really do it. It's possible. So I just want to show people like they could do it, you know.
So you're here on break, right? When does school start back?
June 16th.
So are you just chilling, eating McDonald's and just hanging out? Or what is it that you're doing? Because like I said, these kids think that all it takes is for them to go, just as long as I go to practice and that's it. With practice over with, I ain't gotta go in the gym, I ain't gotta do nothing, not until it start again.
Yeah, I've been working out, going to open runs and stuff. I've been running the track too. So
you running track?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because if you go down there and can't breathe, you in trouble.
You're right.
For real. See, that's another thing these kids don't. Every college got a hell week, or what they call it, Kansas State was Shark Week. Every college got that,
and you gotta
and
run.
you
gotta
literally
fit.
Like he threw up the first 2 days.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? And he was in shape like a mug. You know, but it's like for a week straight. But after that second day, he tightened up. You know, he got it together.
Actually, I was trying to come in first place though. Like every time I run, I try to come in first place.
That's what you're supposed to do though.
That's what I was doing.
Be competitive.
And you know what? It's good because, like you said, without the cardio, you could be the best player on earth. But without that cardio,
you don't do in the fourth quarter if you tired. You can't shoot.
How about this? The first quarter.
Yeah, you can't shoot. Shoot, it's tough. So what he be doing, running that track and running up hills and stuff, and having workouts 2 times a day and stuff like that. You know, these are things that you have to do if you even want to have a chance to make it.
Because I look at some of the other ethnicities in regards to basketball, and so we're pretty much hands-on with the ball. And with them, they pass that ball left, right. Ain't it be so basic? Get the ball up the court, you know, shoot the three to the open person, and you know, and
that's the knock that's on American basketball now, because like in AAU, it's all about the games. It ain't about the practice or the workouts or something like that. It's all about playing 15, 20 games every 2 weeks or something like that, you know. And that's why we're not getting better in basketball over here. You know, I always try to teach Dai Dai good basketball. Like before a game, I never tell Dai Dai go out there and score 30, go do this and go do that. I tell Dai Dai play good basketball. That's it. You know, because if you play good basketball, if 30 points come out of that, then cool. But if 12 come out of that, that's cool too.
I love
Long
it.
as you played good basketball. You did your thing as a point guard.
So, Dai Dai, let me ask you this. So, we see the WNBA has changed dramatically, right? With Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and a couple other more players. However, these are the ones that they highlight, right? And so we know we've seen Caitlin Clark when she was in college. She was shooting threes. It wasn't real physical for her. She was able to do her thing, right? And she's younger, what, 19? I call her a teenager. Her Angel Reese to me are a teenager. And I say that because they're now playing with vets, with women that have been in the WNBA for 20 plus years, right? So the game will shift like no other, right? And so I think that Caitlin Clark, although she's a good player, I think that because she has this title, or this whatever you want to call it, that she has to uphold for the people. What do you think, just based on what you've seen in regards to her transitioning over to the WNBA?
I really can't answer that. I don't watch WNBA.
I knew that was coming.
I mean, I'll be seeing the highlights and stuff, but I don't know.
And so the only reason why I asked you this is because she's a great player, but then just like with whether it be her or anybody else, but I just asked that because it's in front of us, like all the social media got it. And so for her to be this great player in college and now she's in the league with other people, it's almost like it's hard for her to adjust to playing with these other women.
Because I don't think it's really hard. I think they making it hard.
Yeah,
you know, with all
she got a mark on her head. Everybody trying to go out.
Exactly.
Because I saw the other day somebody wrapped Angel Reese around the neck.
So I was at the game yesterday. So my son flipped, and he told me to invite you to the game, Dai Dai. My son flipped halftime and throw the t-shirts for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
right. That's right. That's what I do.
Yeah, and so
I think I really think they should lighten up on them because shoot, I think you had that conversation and it's like, how do you been in existence for almost 30 years and you ain't got no players making $200,000? That's kind of ridiculous to me.
But Charles Barkley, I think it was Charles Barkley that said that like y'all need to chill with her. She bringing money. She changing the whole narrative.
Right, but they trying to hurt her and kill her and make sure she don't. Man, come on, man. If y'all want to get bigger checks, y'all got to let the stars be stars. Because technically, since Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl Swoops and Candace Parker and all them was really your stars, and they didn't get it accomplished.
But that's why I asked Dai Dai the question I did earlier, because now it's all mental. What used to be in high school, you're in another league. And so now you got people at you just because of your name, just because of who you are. So now everybody want to hurt you. Everybody want to challenge you. And the same thing with the young man that you
right. So that's what we felt about that situation.
It don't even have to be nothing that you did, because everybody giving this person attention, who he think he is or who she thinks she is. Let me challenge them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's happening to them, but on a different NBA, WNBA level. And that's why I asked you that. And so now Caitlin Clark, she looked like she be so stressed out after every game.
Right.
Every single game.
But that's something that she should have expected, though.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
And prepared for that type of competition.
But guess what? Like Dai Dai, she came from a farm, but she came from a farm area, so it wasn't that. She playing with him.
Like he said, he does it too. When he see a big name, he going out there trying to. That's basketball, though, because he out there trying to. I mean, they don't play dirty basketball or nothing like dude was doing, but he will call you out because I done seen Dai get on the court and say, "Nigga, you ain't doing that no more," and take the biggest dude out there, because understanding. When he was at Kansas State, by Tyler Perry being so small, 5'10", 5'11", Dai had to stick to two guard, which could have been 6'5" to 6'8".
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of players Dai was sticking in his freshman college year. These big, tall, type dudes, and Dai held his own. You know what I'm saying? He did what he was supposed to do. So I think that's really, because coach was saying that's what he liked about Dai Dai, the way he played defense and stuff like that against them bigger guys.
And that's what I'm
That's
saying.
always a plus.
You just gotta suck it up.
Some of the videos that I've watched, they play in the games, like you said, he out there playing, regardless to how tall, how short, how athletic, how many points out, it's fair game. And that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how all players should be, because, that's showing that he has confidence in himself, regardless to who on the court. And that's how it should be with a lot of players. It shouldn't, your game shouldn't shift based on who you think the better opponent. You know what I'm saying? So, and I seen that with Angel Reese last night. That girl almost picked up and body slammed. She got ejected, and then she came, and when she did an interview, it was like, that's expected. Just because I'm Angel Reese, I don't expect people to back down. So I was like, okay, she act like she from Chicago or close by.
Yeah. Because that's how I told people I do. I said they used to that type of stuff, because that's how in high school, that's how all the players play him.
Exactly.
They was always trying to be physical with him, always trying to, get him to bug up and stuff. They didn't pay no mind to that. Take this 3 and keep it moving. So that's just love. But that should be expected when you got that name and you coming into somewhere, like they didn't have a real big name coming into college, but he was known.
Indeed. Yeah, indeed. If you put him in Google, it'll give you this whole list of stuff. I did it.
Right. It's a whole list of the videos that he had. It's cool.
So, Dai, how do you see basketball shaping your life outside of that? I mean, out like when your career is over with. Like, what's the end goal for you? Where do you want to see yourself after college?
With my family in a big house. Yeah.
So what do you
be in real estate too?
You want to be a who?
Real estate agent.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to do anything. You don't want to, after college is over with, you don't want to do anything in regard. I mean, like, so most of the college players, they usually see them doing stuff like on ESPN. What do you call those people?
Commentators.
Yeah, commentators or anything in regards to that. That's not something that you're interested in, being that you are this person that everybody, your household name. I'm sorry.
Nah.
You just gonna leave basketball and not stay in tune with it?
No, I'm being tuned with it for sure, but
okay.
I'm being
do you see yourself doing any community camps for the kids?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Whenever you decide to do that, reach out to me. I got some people. I know some people that's doing it on a big level. And I think that's good because and I think I was talking to your dad one time, and I love the fact that he said this, and what he said was that he tell you to go out there and play and play your game regardless, because there's people in the stands that's coming to see you. And so when playing basketball, well, I already see it in you. You give it your all, because you said that regardless to who on the court, you ready to play. And so people don't understand. That's why I be looking at some of these athletes like it's people coming to see, it's kids that's saving up their allowance to come see you play. And then you get on the court and you acting crazy and want to fight and all this other stuff. Like the girl that choked Asia Reese. It was people in the stands. I was sitting down that was coming to see her play. And she get on the court and she want to put the girl in the headlock, and now she get ejected out the game. And so now it's like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I'm happy to hear that, because I don't think enough of these Chicago athletes do that. And then when they do, they charging the kids $500. I'm like, how the kid gonna pay $500 for a camp that you have in the hood?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got 4 kids, so that means 5 times 4 is what? I ain't got that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, my heart be broken when I see stuff like that. And I understand it's about money, but at the same time, you ain't getting the money. It's your people that's getting the money. You probably won't even see any of that, you know. So I don't think that
they said that too. They saying that a lot of the urban kids are getting priced out of basketball.
Yes.
There's so much money to keep it going, you know.
Yep. I went to an AU game and they wanted $40 $40 or $50 the weekend. It was like 25 for kids and 35 for adults.
Oh, that ain't nothing. Go to one of the EYBL sessions. We talking about $50 a day. Yeah, we talking about, and you gotta pay for parking now.
Who got?
If you go to Peach Jam, you gotta pay for parking, and it's like $45-$50 a day.
And people be asking, why you don't take the kids to the games? Heck, I can barely afford to take my son to the game.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. So
But see, what I think what everybody got to do is stop going, and just have the kids out there playing because they get in free. Of course, the players get in free. Stop going. If you stop going, they ain't making that money. Right. So now they're gonna say, okay, we'll bring it down, son. But as long as you keep going spending that money, everybody want to go see their kids play. So of course you're gonna keep spending that money. But if you just sacrifice for a season or something and just sit back and don't let them make no money, then they're gonna say, okay, we'll be reasonable. Come on back. Now they're gonna want you to come back because they rather make something than nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everything about money, that's just the way I be looking at stuff.
No, you're right. You're right. But that needs to be said because everybody ain't got it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, when we used to go to the EY, like when we went, it was like well, he didn't play his last AAU season, but the season before that, it was like $25-$30 a day, and then they'll charge you. It was like one tournament was a week long, it was like 5 days, so they was charging like
$50 a day.
Yeah, it was like $30 a day. They charge you like $125 for all 5 days or something like that. And that was per person. So we ended up spending like $250 for me and her to go to all the games. And really we wasn't staying at all the games. We just coming to see him and then we leaving. So, but they wasn't looking at it like that. They was like, well, if you want to watch some other games, you can watch. We don't want to watch no other games. So why we gotta pay full price? We just watching this one or whenever they play again. And the parking thing was such at Peach Jam. If you left the parking lot, you had to pay again to come back in it.
Wow.
They was getting money down there.
Daddy, I got another question for you. So who was your most challenging opponent that you played against?
You talking about all the way through?
All the way through. Or you can take out challenging. You can take that part out and put another word in. Well, yeah, no, I'll say challenge because, when you're playing against people that you think that's better than you, it's a challenge, right? So, yeah, I'll keep that word in. Or let me flip it. Who's your most favorable opponent that you've played against? Yeah, we'll say that.
That was like, yeah, he nice.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. He played for West Virginia though.
West Virginia. Now, what year was this? Was this in college or in high school?
College.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot his name though. He had like 30 though, I think.
Wow.
West Virginia. That second time we played him, he kept doing those step backs. It was going all in the net.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah. I'm
gonna look him up.
But you wasn't on him the whole game.
No, I wasn't guarding.
Right. She said that you was guarding.
Nobody.
See, that's why I said that because I knew he was gonna say that. That was a trick question. I just wanted to hear who he thought was a good player. I knew who not gonna say that.
Yeah, ain't nobody for real. Nobody really gave me buckets.
Okay. What was the guy? I can't remember his name. That everybody had this big old hype. It was like, oh, they playing against
DJ Wagner.
Yes.
DJ Wagner.
Yes. What was that like for you, DJ Wagner? He playing NBA, right?
No.
I was seeing red. I was trying to kill anybody in front of me.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
So this gonna be the last question. I got 2 more and that's it, and I'm gonna let you go. Well, first question is, how do you handle the pressure of playing in front of a large crowd coming from Kenwood? Because I remember when me and my son came to the game when y'all played Bennett, right? He was like, Mom, all these Caucasians, he didn't use that word, but for the sake of I'm gonna have to be respectful. He was like, all these Caucasian guys, and they making noise, and they got their face painted, and they like rah 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 is packed to capacity. They didn't even have a bench for y'all. Like literally, people were sitting on each other's feet. I mean, it was when I walked in, I was like, oh my goodness, because it's been a long time since I played in such an arena, and so and then it wasn't a lot of African Americans in there, and so what was that like for you?
I mean, seeing them when I walked on the court, I ain't gonna lie. When I'm hooping, like I really don't even be noticing the crowd for real.
So you be locked in. That's good.
I be zoned out. Like I don't even be hearing the crowd. But like once you get in a timeout or something, then I can hear it and stuff. But right when I get back on the floor, it just all go away.
That's good. So you lock. I like to hear that. Yeah, but a lot of people can't handle pressure, and that's why I asked you. You know, people be talking. They get in front of a crowd and can't make a free throw because some people up there making noise and acting crazy and hollering and doing what they doing. I want to play my video. It's a 30-second video, and then I'm gonna come back with the last question. Again, I want to say thank y'all for coming on, allowing me to get a better insight on you and even the portal. Because like I said, I'm this is all new for me, so I appreciate that. So I'll play my cool video that Facebook allowed me to be in. Here we go. My name is Cynthia Manuel. I was born in Chicago, and I am proud to be able to raise my son in Chicago. I work with inner city youth to show them different things outside of their neighborhoods. When these kids walk onto the farm, it makes them feel like they are free. I want these kids to know how to give back, and recycling is one of those ways. So if you didn't know, now you know. I love animals, and that's why I'm like I got to go to the rodeo. It's like it's my getaway. You know, in the midst of everything that I do, I got youth organizations where I expose kids to different. I got a partnership with the WNBA. We got a partnership with the Sox. We got a partnership with the Bears. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some stuff. And so, with that being said, this station right here, WVTC Radio, we are a 2-time Stellar Award winning station, and the Stellar Board is compatible to the BET Awards. The same, you know, it's in the same genre, but because it's gospel, a lot of people don't really recognize or even know it. And so I'm happy to say that we've been nominated for our 3rd Stellar Award. So July 20th, I'll be going down to the Stellar Award, and I'm taking my son because he's gonna be my wingman. He like, I don't want to go down there. I was like, shut up, you're going anyway. I need you.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. So I'm excited about that, and the Lord is just opening doors for me. I'll now be writing for the newspaper right in my area, so I'm excited about that. Journalist, published. So my first article should be in the paper, so I'll be posting that. I have media credentials to cover all CPS sports. And so I'm just trying to create my own little media so I can tell my own narrative and continue to bring young men like you on that are doing exceptionally well, you know, because they think all our black kids, black and brown kids are out here doing everything in between. And I'm like, no, I know some people. And so I appreciate y'all. So with that being said, my last question is always biblical because, again, this is a gospel station, and you guys mentioned that you are God-fearing people, and so that's important to me. And so I'm going to start with you, Dai Dai. What is your favorite Bible scripture or parable in the Bible?
I could do all things through Christ that strengthens me.
I love that. I love that. And why is that?
That just gave me the confidence to know, like, with God on my side, I could do anything that's possible. So
I love it. Dad, what's yours?
Same thing. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
I love it. I love it. And why you pick that one? Why you pick that one? Why you pick that one?
Because it kind of makes me understand that I can't be switching up, like especially when it comes to parenting or being a husband or anything. I gotta stay. My mind gotta stay set. on what it is. Like, I can't say I'm gonna do this and then all of a sudden say, well, that might not be right. I should do this. I gotta be sturdy in everything that I decide, because it's people that I am steward over and the shepherd over. And I gotta watch out, and be aware of everything that goes on, especially in my household, because these are the people that I take care of and I protect.
I love that. Those are two of my favorite scriptures. In 30 seconds, I just called my son in here because I want him to say hello, because he's the reason why this interview is possible. Because had he not made mention to you guys, I wouldn't know y'all. But he keep telling me he cool, but that ain't how things work. Because when mom speak.
That's right.
I'm gonna mute myself while I yell. So he'd be like, Mom, why you be doing that? I'm like, I'm proud of you. Come here right now. Hurry up. I just want you to say hello. That's it. Oh, look at this. Now come around. Look at this.
Hey, what's up?
Look, bend down. Look, same thing. A hoodie with
Got the
hood on. So with that being said, I thank y'all so much, and we're gonna be following y'all, Dai Dai.
Appreciate you.
Y'all be safe. Be safe.
All right.
Be safe. All right. Tell Mama Ames I said goodbye if she not close by.
No, she not. She went upstairs. She just got home from church. She going to sleep, probably.
You ain't wrong. I'm about to go to the rodeo. See y'all later.
All right, man.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ, WVTC Allsip Chicago, and iNetworks Communication Station.